Hello everyone and welcome to my next Sunday episode of Quick and Easy. Today I am going to talk about the basics of how to build a cost once your supply chain is ready, and also a small correlations between sales, cost and net profit margin with respect to volume. I hope you will learn today about the costing process, at least the basic of the costing process once you complete this video. So let me directly go to the PPT and share my screen. Let us understand and build the costing and pricing of one piece of sandwich manufactured in a company. So why one piece of sandwich? Because it is easy for me to manufacture, and I believe it is easy for many of you to manufacture. So let us go through the costing process. So the first part of the costing process is called the variable cost, or the first part of the cost is called the variable cost. Why it is called variable? Because it is directly linked with the customer order, like the material cost, the labor cost, the consumable cost. So let us consider that the variable cost to manufacture one piece of sandwich is 18 rupees for this company. So I'm considering unit of measurement as Indian rupees for everyone to be on the same page and understanding. The next element is the fixed cost. So why it is called fixed cost? Because it is not dependent on the customer order. So the cost, like the cost of the manufacturing line and the tool depreciation, the department like quality, supply chain, purchasing, which are linked to the manufacturing, and the manufacturing structure, etc., are part of the fixed costing process. So here let us consider that a company is incurring 17 Indian rupees of fixed cost to build one piece of sandwich. Now, if you add the variable cost and the fixed cost, then you are having the basic cost of the product. So here the basic cost of the product is 17 plus 18 is equal to 35 Indian rupees. The element of the cost is the forward supply chain cost. So the forward supply chain cost is the cost which is over and above the manufacturing cost, like the freight cost and the distribution center cost. So here let us consider that the cost or the forward supply chain cost is 5 Indian rupees. So if we add all these three costs, then we get the cost of the product delivered. So here the cost of the product delivered is 35 plus 5, which is equal to 40. The fourth element is the support function cost. Support function cost is nothing but the cost of the function which are not directly linked to the operations, like R&D, sales and marketing, finance, etc. And let us consider that for manufacturing one sandwich, the support function cost is 6 rupees. So the total cost which is ready for creating a selling price is 40 plus 6 is equal to 46. So with this, we have built a cost on which now we are ready to build a selling price on top of this total cost what we have built in this process. Once we have the total cost for selling, you can build the selling price on the cost, and how to build the selling price on the cost depends on the income or the operating margin you want to make by selling this product in the market. So let us consider that the company wants to make 50% of margin from this product by selling in the market. So the selling price will be 46 INR plus 50% of 46 is equal to 69 Indian rupees. So 69 Indian rupees is the selling price of one sandwich which is coming out from this manufacturing process. Or in the other words, you can say that if you sell this sandwich at rupees 69, then you are making a operating margin or an income of 50%. So this concludes the first session of this learning, and then I will be going on to the next session of the learning, which is more interesting, where I will be talking about the correlation between the cost, price and net profit. Let us not forget the cost of one piece of sandwich what we build together today. So it is 46 Indian rupees. We'll do a small comparative analysis. Let us consider that there are two companies, company X and company Y, and both the company are having the same infrastructure and the same resources what we discussed in the earlier part of the video, and therefore the cost of the sandwich built by company X and company Y is same, that is 46 INR, But in the financial year 2020, company X wants to sell one sandwich at a 50% of margin, and company Y is okay to sell at a 30% of margin. Now, let us consider that the volume or the quantity sold in the year 2020 by company X is 100 and by company Y is 500, maybe because they were cheaper than company X. Therefore, the total cost incurred is 100 into 46, which is 4600, and the total cost incurred by company Y is 500 times of 46, which is 23,000. The sales, which is also known as revenue if it is for a particular year, and somebody calls it as top line. I am using all this terminology for you to make familiar about the financial terminology people is using. So the sales revenue or the top line for company X would be 100 into 69, that is 6900, and for company Y would be 500 into 60, that is 30,000. So with this, we have a product margin or an income for company X at 50% is 2,300 rupees, that is 6900 minus 4600, and for company Y at 30% is 7,000, which is 30,000 minus 23,000. So now we came into the most interesting part, and I want 100% attention on this part. So if you want to calculate the net profit of company X and company Y, one activity which is to be considered is the expense incurred by both of the company. So net profit is nothing but it is the income which is generated by selling the product minus the expenses which the company incurred. So here let us take an example to make it easy. Let us take an example that the expense here is only the travel expense for internal meetings. We will consider for company X and company Y, although there could be many different kind of expenses. Now, if you remove the expenses from the income, for company X, it is 1300 because they're spending a lot of money in traveling. So 2300 minus 1000, which is 1300. And for company Y, who is doing very less traveling for internal meetings and they're controlling their expenses, so their net profit would be 7,000 minus 500 is equal to 6,500. Now, if you see the net profit margin, which is also known as the bottom line, is the net profit what is generated after removing the expenses divided by the total cost. So the profit is bill on the cost. So 1300 divided by 4600 is equal to 28% margin. And for company Y also, the net profit was 6500, so 6500 divided by 23,000 is equal to 28% margin. So here you can see that although the company X was working at a higher margin while determining the selling price, but when we calculate the net profit margin at the end of the sales, you can see that company X and company Y are at the same level of 28%. This is only because company Y was capable to create more sales volume, or they were able to sell more quantities of sandwiches, and at the same time they were able to reduce the expenses of the company, and therefore the net profit margin for company X and company Y is the same, which is 28%. With this, I close today's video, and I hope you have learned today at least the basic part of how the costing and the pricing is being billed, and then how the quantity and expenses plays a vital role in creating a better bottom line for a company. Thank you so much. I'm signing off for today, and I hope you have learned something new this Sunday. Thank you, and see you next Sunday. Have a nice Sunday and take care.